Hi, welcome back for video 3. In this video, I'm going to go over a vocabulary game with you and how you can make that at home. We are going to do a vocabulary quiz. We will review fact and opinion, and I have a name that text feature activity. So I'm going to flip the camera around so we can start with our name that text feature and review the text features that we went over earlier in the video. So hang tight while I flip this around. Okay, I just have a little chart here that says name that text feature. It gives 6 examples, and then we are going to label what these text features are and talk about how they help us. So let me grab a marker here. This first one here, let me zoom in so you can see it. It says contents, we have page numbers, and we have, looks like some headings or chapter titles. Tell somebody nearby, write it down, comment, what type of text feature is this and how does it help us? Yeah, this is the table of contents. So I'm just going to label this table of contents. And it kind of gave it away. It said contents right here. But this is important because if you're looking for something specific, instead of reading the whole book, you can just look in the beginning. And if I'm looking for something about the sun or stars, I can turn right to page 42, and through pages 48 it will give me information on the sun and other stars. So it's quick and helpful when you are looking for something specific. Okay, what about this picture right here of a hand? Yeah, this is a picture or a photograph. It's not a drawing, it's a picture that somebody took with a camera. Why are pictures helpful when we have a nonfiction book? If you remember our Tigers book, it gave us a lot of different pictures. Right, it shows us what's going on in the book. It makes it more interesting and fun to read. And personally, I like seeing the different pictures that somebody has taken. Okay, our third one we have, it says frog growth cycle, and it gives a little chart or graph. It has the days and weeks and what is happening. So it starts at the oldest and then the most current. This is kind of a tricky one. Usually they go from left to right. This is a timeline. A timeline of the frog growth cycle. So from 6 to 9 days, the egg is fertilized, tadpole hatches, the tadpole begins to swim, gills disappear, legs sprout, body enlarges, the tail shortens, and then the growth cycle is completed, and it's a frog. So this is a timeline. These are often in nonfiction books to show time, something over time, a long period of time, or even a short period of time. Okay, we have a paragraph here, but we have 2 things circled. Okay, and they are right before the paragraph starts. So I'm assuming that this is what the paragraph will be about. This one's going to be about the brain, and this one will be about the spinal cord. But what are these things called? What type of text feature is that? This is a subheading. So our heading is up top, the central nervous system. The subheading is kind of like a smaller chapter of this section. In the middle here, we saw this one earlier on our example card, and it's a map of the United States with a bunch of little dots of where the NASA centers are. This is a map. In our tiger book, we also got to see a map of where tigers used to live and then how small their territory has gotten. And it showed different colors, and it was a good visual to see how their area has changed over time. And then our final one, this is usually in the back of a book. It lists things in alphabetical order and gives a page number. So these are different keywords that you might be looking for. It's a helpful tool, and it is called the index. The index is different from a glossary because the glossary gives the definition of the word and what it means. The index just has the word, the keyword, and what page you might find it on. Both of those things are usually found in the back of a book. How did you do? Did you guess all the text features right? I hope so. Keep practicing. You can read some nonfiction books on epic.com. You can do some read-alouds on YouTube, or even find some at the library. And you can go on your own text feature scavenger hunt and try to see how many text features that you can find in the book. Don't forget that they're all important. Don't skip over those captions because they hold a lot of important information. Our next activity will be a little bit of a review. A couple weeks ago we talked about fact and opinion and the differences between a fact, which can be proven, and an opinion, which is your own thoughts and feelings and beliefs. So I'm going to give you some statements about tigers, and you need to tell me if it is a fact or an opinion. If you remember our sign language, the letter F for fact and O for opinion, you can use those as well. You can write it down or just say it out loud, fact or opinion. Okay, get ready. Your first statement is, tigers can eat up to 80 pounds in one meal. Is that a fact or an opinion? Yeah, that is a fact. Tigers can eat up to 80 pounds in one meal. Okay, our next one. Tigers are the meanest cats in Asia. Can that be proven, or is it just how somebody thinks about it? It is an opinion. Tigers love to eat buffalo more than deer. Fact or opinion? That is an opinion. I don't know if tigers like to eat buffalo more than deer. They might all have different favorite foods. Okay, our next one. No two tigers have the same stripes. Is that a fact or an opinion? That is a fact. Just like we said before, like our fingerprints, tigers have completely different stripes. Okay. Tiger cubs are the cutest babies of all. Fact or opinion? That's an opinion. I might think that tiger cubs are the cutest babies of all, but somebody else might think that polar bear babies are the cutest, or dogs, puppies. It is an opinion. It's how you feel about something. Okay, our next statement. Tigers do not live in Australia. Is that a fact or an opinion? That is a fact. They do not live in Australia. Our next one is tigers love living in zoos in the United States. That's an opinion. I can't call up a tiger and ask him, hey, do you like living in the Cleveland Zoo? Okay, we can't prove it. It's an opinion. All right, our next one. White tigers are cooler than orange tigers. That's an opinion. And our last one, a tiger's tail helps it keep balance. That's a fact. Okay, their tail does help them balance, so we can prove that. It is a fact. How'd you do? Okay, this was a review of fact and opinion. Keep practicing when you're reading too. If you're reading a book, try to find some fact and opinion statements to ask your family members and say, hey, is that a fact or an opinion? And see how they do. Okay, we have a game, so I'm going to flip the camera around so I can show you what the game is like. Alright, this one is called Vocab Spin a Word. You can find this on Google and print it out, or you can make your own. You can just draw some boxes. You will write down the word, and then there are different options. So write a synonym, an antonym, write what it means, write it in a sentence, or draw a picture. I made my own little spinner here. I just cut out a circle on a piece of paper. I think I used a mason jar to trace a circle. And then I wrote in our vocabulary words from our book this week. So I have territory, habitat, endangered, prey, extinct, and camouflage. And what you are going to do is get a paper clip. It took me forever to find one because I only had these flamingo ones, so I had to look for a real paper clip. Finally found one though. Let me just get it untangled. And you are going to need a pencil, and we're going to make a spinner. So you will just put your pencil right in the middle of the spinner, and you will hold it, and then you can flick endangered. Since I went first, I am going to choose my box. Do I want to come up with a synonym, an antonym? Do I want to write what it means, put it in a sentence, or draw a picture? I am going to do what it means. So I'm going to write my word. And I know endangered means at risk of dying out. I like this game because the longer you go, the harder it gets because you run out of boxes. So make sure that you choose wisely or else you're going to lose a turn. Okay, so you can play with a friend, family member. You could even play by yourself and just fill out each box. So just keep spinning until each box is full and you have things written. If you remember, a synonym is a word that means about the same thing as your vocabulary word, which means that an antonym is the opposite. Okay, if you're having a hard time, you can ask somebody else, or you can skip your turn, or you can even use Google to help you. This is a fun and easy game, and then you can just keep adding new spinners or changing your words, but it's easy to make at home. All you need is paper, something to write with, and a paper clip, if you can find one. I hope you enjoyed this game. Let me know how it worked for you, or if you made different rules or changed it in any way. I like to learn new rules and ways to play so I can use those in my classroom. And the last thing that we are going to do for the week is a little quiz on our vocabulary words. So I have questions that we are going to read, and we're going to talk about the vocabulary words and some other examples that use them. So you can get a piece of paper to write down your choice. You can just say it out loud, or you can just follow along. So number 1, a tiger's stripes camouflage it in tall grass and dry leaves. Which of the following sentences uses the word camouflage correctly? So this is a sentence straight out of our book from the week, Tigers. And I want to know which of these other sentences uses the word camouflage correctly. Is it A, I wore a jacket to school because it keeps me camouflaged when I'm inside? B, a peacock uses its long tail feathers for camouflage. C, some rabbits' fur changes color in the winter to help camouflage it in the snow. If you said C, you are correct. Okay, when we talk about camouflage, we are talking about blending in with something. Okay, so the rabbit changes their fur to be white, so they blend in with the snow. B didn't work because it says a peacock uses its long tail feathers for camouflage, but it didn't say what it was trying to blend into. And A didn't make sense. I wore a jacket to school because it keeps me camouflaged when I'm inside. Again, not trying to blend in with something when you are in school. Okay, question 2. Its prey may not see the tiger until it's too late. Which of the following sentences uses the word prey correctly? A, mice and other rodents are common prey to hawks and owls. B, they prey before each meal. Or C, lions are prey for many animals in Africa. This is a tricky one. Look at our example sentence to see which one makes the most sense and closely resembles how the word is used from the book. Okay, if you said A, you are correct. Okay, we are talking about things being hunted. So the hawks and the owls are the predators, and their prey is the mice. Just like we're talking about the tiger is preying on other animals. B, they pray before each meal. If you pray before your meal, that's P-R-A-Y, like giving a blessing. And C, lions are prey for many animals in Africa. This one didn't work because lions are usually the predators. Okay, they are usually the ones hunting for prey. Okay. Question 3. From the book it said, besides hunting, tigers spend a lot of time marking their territory. Which of the following sentences uses the word territory correctly? A, she did so badly on her spelling test she was going to be in a territory. B, the two bears' territory in the river to catch fish. Or C, the window, the couch, and the bed are the territory of the cat when we are not home. The answer is C. The window, the couch, and the bed are the territory of the cat when we are not home. Territory is an area that an animal protects from other animals. They like to claim it as their own. And some of you might have cats and you're going, oh yeah, that's totally true. They love to mark their space. Okay, question 4. Tigers are endangered. Which of the following sentences uses the word endangered correctly? A. If we do not protect sharks in the wild from overfishing, they may become endangered. B. The boy's father slipped off the roof and was endangered. C. Mice are so common they may become endangered. The correct answer is A. Okay, if we don't protect sharks, then they might become endangered, meaning they are at risk of dying out because so many people are fishing for them. B doesn't make sense. He slipped off the roof and was endangered. And C, mice are so common, meaning there are so many of them, they may become endangered. That doesn't make sense. If there's a lot of them, then they are not at risk of dying out. Question 5. 3 other kinds of tigers have already become extinct. Which of the following sentences uses the word extinct correctly? A. The dolphins extinct around the fish before attacking. B. The passenger pigeon became extinct because it was killed for fun. Or C. The shark was so extinct we had to run out of the room. The correct answer is B. The passenger pigeon became extinct because it was killed for fun, meaning that there are no more passenger pigeons left. They are no longer living, just like the dinosaurs. And our last question. Tigers are losing their habitat. Which of the following sentences uses the word habitat correctly? A. Pandas have lost much of their habitat due to logging and farmland. B. They wash their teeth every night because it is a habitat. Or C. The blue whale lives in the Sahara Desert because that is its natural habitat. The correct answer is A. Pandas have lost much of their habitat due to logging and farmland. A habitat is the place where a plant or animal naturally lives. B doesn't make sense. They wash their teeth every night because it is a habitat, the place where a plant or animal lives. I think what this sentence was supposed to say was it is a habit, meaning you do it over and over again. C doesn't make sense. The blue whale lives in the desert because that's its natural habitat. No, we know the blue whale lives in the ocean. I hope you understand our vocabulary words now, and I want you to try to use them in your own language and when you're talking to somebody, and try to use those words and expand your vocabulary. Make sure that you are reading this book more than once. Okay, read it before bedtime, read it to a friend, read it to a pet. It will help you comprehend better and become a better reader. We will see you next week for week 6 videos. Thanks for watching.